This upload today is going to be karmic free. I'm going to leave the karmics. I'm just going to let the universe come for their ass. So this is not me telling the karmics I forgive them. This is me asking for forgiveness for the beings that do love me. Because regardless of the amount of monsters that roam this area, I know there are a lot of beings of God, and is nothing more upsetting when I'm being low vibrational towards them. It's difficult for me to decipher. As I said, in previous uploads, my discernment gets tested. As soon as I leave that front door, my discernment is severely tested, frequently as well throughout the day. So it's a real apology from me, the biggest heart on the planet, because I know there are pure souls around here. It's just challenging to try and decipher who they are. It makes it all that more difficult when there's been friends who have been in my corner, but once I've been of no benefit to them, that's when they've turned toxic and karmic and sold me down a river, So and that makes it a lot more difficult as well. But in particular, like round here where I've been living, I know I have friends that have turned into family. And from the bottom of my heart, I apologise if, I have been low vibrational. I have recently. And it's so embarrassing for me to succumb to ego. Once I'm out there, I can become loud, erratic, and get very egotistical. Which is a defense mechanism of mine. It's a common trait. It's a common trait in humans where it's a common psychological trait where ego and can become a defense mechanism. So I hope they can accept my apology. I just wish I knew who they were at times because they're all blended in. It's like, the universe has literally just dumped me on the planet and then said, right, well, you sift through the multitude of energies that are on the planet and align with beings like you and discard the rest. But when I'm trying to just do my day-to-day activities out there, it can be a bit of a challenge. But that's what I'm here for. I'm here for the challenges. Yeah, and it seems what can be a bit energy is everything. Energy is absolutely everything. It's not about your aesthetics. It's not about your social status, how much money you've got in a bank, your colour, gender, sexual orientation. Everything is energy. This laptop here, inanimate objects are energy. And there's been times where there's been beings who I've been in the vicinity of, and I can tell that they've wanted my energy in some way, shape or form. And for whatever reason, I might have been busy, I might have been wanting to protect it. I've not given it to them. And then they become toxic, try to hurt my feelings. And straight away that makes me think, right, well, that's not my kind of energy. Because there's beings on a day to day where they would want my energy and they wouldn't get it and they wouldn't feel the need to go down the route of trying to lower my vibration because they didn't get my energy. So it's a bit bitter, but there's a lot of that. There's a lot of that. So yeah, there's been other occasions as well where I'm talking to somebody, and it's boiling down to aesthetics. They could be attractive, someone attractive there, and I'm speaking to someone who might be not deemed as attractive, but their energy is right. A pure loving energy is gonna make you. It makes you beautiful. It makes you beautiful, and it makes you beautiful in the eyes of Father, Mother, God too. They don't care about skin color. They don't care about sexual orientation, gender, how much commas you got in the bank. Energy is everything. If you've got a pure loving energy, that makes you that makes you a very beautiful being. And people are basing way too much on factors that aren't important in the eyes of God, which is every other factor except energy. So it's something to definitely bear in mind. So yeah, this is I'm gonna like I said, I'm gonna leave the karmics on this upload. The universe is gonna tear you a new asshole. So you know what I'm saying? I'll just let you do that. I'll just let them come for you, because we don't use violence. We're not into that. We'll kill these karmics with love, a smile, forgiveness, and laughing in their face when they're showing jealousy and envy. That's what we do. But just because we don't use violence, that's not to say that we're not powerful. We are the most powerful. This is our universe, this is our cosmos. We built this. They just occupy small portions of it, and they've run riot down there. But love wins. Love always wins. And that kind of brings me on to how I think we'll go back onto the karmics, but some of these karmics, they'll be looking, they'll be like, well, why is he telepathic, and why has he got spiritual protection? But it's love. It's love. You want to be favored by the Most High. You want your powers unlocking, your extra sensory capabilities unlocking. You want to be abundant. You want a very good chance of ascending to the fifth dimension. Be love. That's it. It's very simple. It's very, very simple. People, it's what it is. That's what gets you there. That's what gets you up there, is your heart. So, that's all it boils down to. It's all it boils down to. So, yeah, it's just a little bit of a quick upload. Me giving my heartfelt apologies to the people around here. Like I said, there's nothing more. It's tough. It's tough. I don't like emitting them low vibrations. I really don't. And it's definitely shut me off in the past. A lot of the times where people have backstabbed and they've approached me with ulterior motives. But I've just got to forgive and move on, because I'm not going to let them affect my nature. I'm a loving, sociable being that's, even though some people will probably think I'm a bit of a recluse, but that's just down to protecting my energy, which is, it's paramount. Energy is everything. That's got to be the title of this video. There's times I go out there, and because I'm literally mingling with such a multitude mix of energies, I'll be out there for 3 hours, and I need over 16 hours alone, to recharge and cleanse. But it's one of them. It's a blessing to be here, and I think that's what a lot of the world seem to forget. Regardless of what we might be going through, it's a blessing. This existence is a blessing. We take it for granted. I take it for granted. There's times I whinge, and we're alive. We're alive. And even though I'm telling you for a fact there's a better existence for us, this is the game, this is the test to get there. We're here to love. We're created by love. Love is the most strongest force within the cosmos. So it's all about ourselves and what we go through on our journey. And what the universe tells me a lot of the time is, don't be bogged down with what they're doing, how far they are on their journey. Focus on yourself, because we're all connected. It's another thing that not only me but we all forget. We are all connected. In some way, shape or form, we are all connected to Source. We're all connected together and we're all connected to Source. And that's whether you're a child of Archon or not. You know? So it's something that I definitely need to bring to the forefront of my consciousness. I regularly do forget it. But it's a blessing. It's a blessing to be down here. It's a blessing, this existence. It is. It really is. Well, I'm gonna cut it anyway. I mean, one more thing that I was gonna say was energy alignment. Like, I struggled with my sexuality issues in the past, whereas it's not. That's not. I approach anyone I want to approach now. Man, woman, transsexual. I don't care. God tells me I can do that. God tells me I could do anything I want. Literally, God tells me I could do anything I want. I've got a green light. Do whatever makes you happy. So when I've kind of got the green light off the Creator, it's like, why, who am I? who am I, or who is anyone to say anything else? So I'm really blessed in that aspect. But a lot of it is down to energy alignment, because there'll be times when I might be speaking to a couple, or on the verge of approaching a couple, whether it be two men, two women, male or female. Like I say, I'm not really asked like that, you know. I am my spectrum is very wide in certain areas, you know what I mean? So, but there'll be many occasions where one of them is a child of God, and one of the other half of the couple is a product of Archon. So it's like straight away, I'm out, because that is the first and foremost important thing for me now. Energy is paramount. So I can't. There'll be times out there when there'll be attracted people, and they might feel, because I've not approached them and they wanted me to, like, I'm not in it. I don't care. I don't care about anything. But if you've got a pure energy, I'm in it. I'm in it, because my energy is pure, and I cannot afford to be diluting that anymore. I've done that throughout the entirety of my life, and now I've awoke to my origins. I'm not gonna go back down that toxic route. Been there, done that. I know my worth. So I'd rather just ride one deep, completely and utterly ride one deep, rather than to be around toxic beings that don't have my best interest at heart. That's a no-brainer. Especially when you've walked the spiritual journey I've walked. That's like going 6 steps backwards. Like, nah, I'm not in that. Got no time to waste for that at all. So that's all it's about. So the main gist of this is kind of off on a tangent on this one, but yeah, it's mainly an apology of to the beings around this area who I do know love me but I've showed them some very dense energies. So I really do apologise. It's just I just wish it'd be easier. Just wish it'd be a lot easier to decipher, you know. Because I'm trying to. It's a lot easier to tune into your discernment when you're vibrating high. So when you come into contact with a monster, and then 10 yards down the road there's a being of love. It's like it's easy for me to transfer that dense energy of that monster I've just been in the vicinity of, and then I'm going to transfer that energy onto them, and then it's like, wow, it's regretful. So yeah, biggest apologies from me. Um, but we all make mistakes, and I just hope you can forgive me for the beings of love around here, because I know they're scattered around here. There's not many of them are dense monsters. But yeah, so I hope you can accept my apology and forgive me for my dense vibrations. So yeah, forget the karmics. It's just peace, love, and light all day to the beings of God, and I look forward to kicking it with you up there in the ethers, flying around the universe, partying from planet to planet, shooting around the cosmos in spaceships that we're flying with our mind. Yeah, all that's up there. All that's up there and more. So I look forward to kicking it with you up there. So peace.